Olivia has just gotten rehired by Vanity Fair to write for them. And she's also releasing what appears to be a sort of memoir called American Canto, Canto. She's moved to LA. She was in DC. She's moved to LA. And she was in New York for a time too. And this book sort of juxtaposes between her life as a political reporter on the trail, covering Trump, covering all, these big presidential races, and her obvious allegations that she had an affair with Bobby Kennedy, which, by the way, I've got to just be honest, I buy entirely. I really have zero doubt it happened. For the record, I have to tell you he's denied it, but it's just ridiculous. It's so detailed. Like, she'd have to be a true lunatic to say all this because she would get sued so quickly for defamation. And if he were innocent, he would sue her. If you think of it, if you're Health and Human Services Secretary and you're a married man and somebody's coming out, reporter, saying all these things with you and not a word of this is true, you would absolutely sue her. But you wouldn't if it were true and you knew she had your text messages and so on. I don't really care. I got to be honest. Like, I think half the people we have in office right now have probably cheated on their spouses. And I just post Me Too, Emily. I'm kind of like, oh, it's their business. It's hard enough to find, great politicians. It's not ideal. It's not something I would choose, it's wonderful. But I don't know. I've kind of given up on these fights. I used to be much more interested in them. And now I'm just kind of like, whatever. Can we just find somebody who knows how to govern? And I mean that for Democrats, too. I don't think it's great. I certainly don't like when somebody holds themselves up as a paragon of virtue like Doug Emhoff. And then we find out that they've got this kind of a history. Please spare me your moralizing. What does this say to you, this whole saga? Because it's so many topics that we all, and people that we all cover and know of, and an industry that we cover and we know of and we're in intimately. And it just it's all anybody can discuss. So what are your thoughts on it, EJ?
Well, this is obviously a sort of an amplified example of the kind of thing that happens behind closed doors, and sometimes not even behind closed doors, in Washington, D.C., in New York, Los Angeles, among very powerful, wealthy people. But I think everybody understood that this was a messy relationship. Certainly everybody in D.C. seemed to understand that this was a messy relationship as it was happening. Ryan Lizza had kids. He was much older than Olivia, and it all just seemed tornadic the way that they got together and carried out their relationship. But listen, where I'm from, these would be people you wouldn't want to babysit your children. These would be people that you wouldn't want, around your family or your kids, because the behavior here is just grotesque.